Howdy everybody, welcome to Homesteading with SoullessGinger. I'm your host, Corey, and today I'm going to do an update video on my gardens to show the progress of everything. I planted 2 gardens, and the one I'm about to show you here shortly is my first one, my small one, which I have some corn, squash, okra, and I have a basil plant and some marigolds just to help bring in some pollinators. I had planted this about 5 to 6 weeks ago before I realized I wanted to do YouTube videos. So let's take a look at it. Like I said, this is my small one. Nothing special. Over here is just some lemongrass in the pots right there. It helps with bugs and whatnot. It's if I remember correctly, it's in the citronella family, so it helps keep mosquitoes away. Have some little okra plants right here that are finally doing good. They're starting to get after it. It took forever for them to get going, but here's the big garden, or the small garden I mean, and the corn, and obviously you got the squash right through here. And along with the corn, I have planted some green beans. Right here, some green beans. And when you do it this way, they call it 3 sisters. When you plant your corn, you plant your green beans with it, so as the corn grows, it gives something for the beans to, grow on. And the squash right here, when it starts blooming like it is, it adds shade to the bottom to help, protect the roots. And what's really good about the green beans is it produces nitrogen, which obviously, everything needs nitrogen. You got the corn and the squash, so they just work in harmony with each other. And yeah, I found that out, and I thought it was really cool and interesting. So, and it's doing good, because when I first planted these corns, they were only, I want to say, about yay high, about maybe 4 inches tall when I planted them, because I didn't seed them. I went ahead and purchased them from a local nursery, and that they already had them going. But over here to the squash are doing really good. I mean, look at this leaf, guys. My hand versus the leaf, they just get massive, and they're already starting to produce some squash. Look at that. Heck yeah, guys. Some of them, like, I want to say these 2 right here, they bloom before any male flowers, so I couldn't pollinate them, so those probably won't make it. I know they won't, but I haven't taken them off yet because of storms. But that one got pollinated right here, this big one right there. And then that one right there. I have total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squash plants and 10 corns. So they're doing fantastic. I'm very happy and pleased with them. But look at this one, guys. That one's really getting going. I want to say that's probably about 3 inches. And but yeah, I'm getting happy and getting stoked. Things are finally starting to produce. They're just, oh man, they're getting after it. And these down here, I'm thinking because of this tree, and especially that tree right there, this one and that one, and then these couple corn stalks right here are a little behind from the others, as you can tell, because I think those trees are blocking some, that morning sun, which is really good for your plants. And I just feel that that's why they're slowly behind. And as you can tell, I've got a lot of weeds already starting to pop up. After the video, I'm going to go ahead and start taking care of that so they don't get out of control. But I have a squash plant there. I mean, not squash, okra there, and okra there. And then there's your marigold. That's another okra. And here's the basil, which at first it wasn't doing too good. And some of these plants got damaged the other day when we had a pretty bad hailstorm. As you can see, some of the leaves and stuff got holes and rips. That's because of the hail. But there's another marigold. And what's interesting is, here's another ochre plant right there. But this right here is actually catnip. And I planted catnip out here because I don't know how well it's doing. Obviously, you can tell there's ants there and there's some ants there. But as it's growing, it's supposed to help deter ants. And when I planted it there was actually a big ant pile. And obviously you see they can move, so in a way it's working, but it's not totally getting rid of them. So, I don't know, we'll see. Just play the waiting game. But I'm going to go ahead and go show you my big garden. Which, with the big garden, I had planted 2 weeks later than I did the small garden. Just because it's such a big area, and I don't have a big enough tiller, and it would take quite a while for me to till with my little one, which is just a little 4-stroke tiller that works good. I used it on the little one, works great, but with this big area over here, it would take a while. So my neighbor, who has a lawnmower with the pull behind tiller, came and helped me till, which I'm very grateful for. But so, like I said, this one was planted about 2 weeks later than the little one, so it's finally starting to get going. But here's the big garden. I don't really have anything over here yet, which I'm not sure if I will or not, because I tend to use that as a walkway to walk around everything. But this is the big garden, which is pretty good size for me. But I've got some more lemongrass right here, and then these little guys, these little flowers, they're celosia, and they're good for pollen, drawing in pollinators. And they got pretty beat during the hailstorm too, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna lose a couple of them, but just got to give it time to see how they do. And then there's some more lemongrass, and have some more celosia going this way. And over here in the corner, I got some watermelons. All these little seedlings right here are all watermelons. And I put this fence up to protect my garden from outside wildlife, because we have stray dogs running around, we have rabbits and whatnot, so I wanted to try to protect. And then when I put this fence up, the watermelons hadn't popped up yet, so I have to move the fence back to protect those out 2 watermelons. And I got some more lemongrass. These 2 are bell peppers. They're green bell peppers, and they're doing good. They got beat too by the hail. But right here in this little gardening box, I have potatoes, and they are doing good. I mean, look at that. They look good. And there's some more, like these little guys right here and right there. They're popping up. They're a little behind, but for the most part, the potatoes are doing really good. I'm stoked. And on each side of the box, I have garden sage there, and then garden sage there. Just trying to plant some herbs as well. And over here in the opposite corner, I didn't know if they were going to take or not. These are cantaloupes. I got one little guy right there. Little bitty. Because when I first started this big garden, I had sowed a lot of seeds of different vegetables. Like I did some carrots, some onions, did the cantaloupe and the watermelon, and these little guys right here, this is peas. These little guys are peas. And when I first planted them, the next 4 days we had a cold snap come in, and I was worried that it would have killed the seedlings. So, but they're finally starting to come in. The temperature started rising and they're doing good. But right here I've got some rosemary And this is another thing of basil. And then we got some tomatoes. These are some more peppers. I believe these are yellow peppers. Yeah, they're yellow because I can see the little tag right there. And you got tomato, pepper, tomato, pepper, tomato, pepper. And it just keeps going because, I don't know, that's just how I wanted to do it. I've heard, that kind of helps out. But right here is some zucchini there and there. And that little guy there. And him right there. They're not doing too good because, like I said, the storm kind of beat everything up. But this guy's really doing good. And right here in this little row here and this little row here, I had planted onions on this one and then carrots on this one. I'm not sure if they're going to take, just because, like I said, the cold snap might have killed them because they're not doing anything yet. But over here I've got a row of cucumbers, and they're doing good. They're starting to sprout up. And then right through here I've got all this is nothing but different varieties of tomatoes. Like I have just regular big beef tomatoes, like this guy right here. So got the tag. See, this one's a big boy. And I think these are all big boys. But down here, I have another pepper plant right there. And then right through here on this row is just some flowers I planted to help bring in pollinators once they start blooming. But another tomato, pepper, and this little guy, where's that tag? Oh, it's right there. Is Roma tomatoes. So I got some Romas planted, which I love Roma tomatoes. And then another pepper. And this little guy, I didn't know if he was gonna survive, because when I planted him, he was only a couple inches tall and he was looking very sickly. But this is what they call black prince. And I'm kind of curious to, never seen them, never heard of them. So I have 2 of those, and I was wanting to see how they do. So, and then some more peppers, because I love me some peppers. And they're not just regular like bell peppers, like these right here. These are actually jalapenos. And I want to say these 2 up here are banana peppers. So I've got a variety of peppers going. And then right through here, I've got some more peas growing. Finally. I wasn't sure if they were going to pop up either. And I'm almost 100% certain that these little guys, if you look right here, and then right through here, and there's some more over here, these little guys, I'm pretty sure, are onions. Because like I said, I planted some onions over here, but when we had that real bad storm, I think they went with the water and got planted over here. Because I know I didn't plant any over here. So we'll see. I'm excited. Everything's finally starting to sprout and come to life, and even a couple of these tomato plants back here are starting to flower. And then I've got some tomatoes on over here. Like these tomatoes right here are actually cherry tomatoes, because my wife loves cherry tomatoes. So I planted some for her. That little guy got beat to death by the hail, and I don't know if it's gonna survive. But like, here's some more cherry tomatoes, and there's actually, I got one going. How about that? But yeah, I'm excited. I'm pumped. I love gardening, because be self-sufficient to where it's less stuff that you have to go to the garden store for. So, and it's good to know where your food comes from. And I don't use any chemicals or pesticides or anything. It's all natural, all organic. So I don't have to worry about all that. And it's satisfying to know you can grow something. And watching it grow and produce, and then enjoying it. And to me personally, everything that you grow tastes so much better than store-bought, because, you know, they put chemicals and stuff on the fruits and the vegetables to keep them from going bad. They make them last longer. And so yeah, you're ingesting all that, and you know that's not good for you. But yeah, it's just very satisfying for me. And that's all I got for you for now, guys. If you wouldn't mind, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to, you don't have to, but it's much appreciated. And I'll check back in here soon to give you another update on how the garden's doing. I'm excited, guys. Take care for now. Later.